Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Christmas card video. Today I am going to get 2 for 1 out of this background stamp. I'm using the Pinecone background stamp from Simon Says Stamp, and this is some Neenah Desert Storm cardstock, and I just put a little bit of repositionable adhesive on the back of it so it'll stay put in the center of my stamp platform while I ink this up. I'm just going to use my anti-static powder tool there and some Simon Says Stamp clear embossing ink. This is sticky ink. It'll allow my embossing powder to stick to it so we can emboss this beautiful pine cone pattern in gold on this Neenah Desert Storm. So it is really gorgeous embossed in gold on here. So the card that we're going to do today is pretty simple, pretty quick, but it gives a very classic and classy feel and a vintage vibe too. The embossing powder that I'm using today is Ranger. It is Princess Gold. Yes, Princess Gold embossing powder. So you want to make sure and let your heat tool heat up for 20-30 seconds before bringing it to it. Before bringing it to your paper, and that will reduce the amount of warpage you have on your paper, because there is a lot of embossing powder on here to have to melt. So it does take a little bit for it to melt. So it's been a busy week. Been decorated, got the ranch decorated, got our house decorated, and so we are almost ready for our neighborhood Christmas wine tour, which will be tomorrow night. So that's all fun and exciting. Did have a little bit of a scare the other day. Took my daughter to the doctor for her follow-up visit after having the baby and discovered that she has blood clots in her legs. So she was immediately admitted to the hospital and has been on blood thinners. So we're hoping that she gets to come home soon. The baby, however, is still in the hospital and looks like she might have to go back on oxygen, which is a bummer. We were so hoping that she would be home for Christmas, but now we're not so sure. But we're saying prayers and keeping our fingers crossed that she does indeed get to come home for Christmas. Okay, back to the card here. I pulled out a dark brown and white from my Prismacolor pencil set, and I'm just going in what is the darkest areas. You can see by the shading that the artist did on the pine cones, and just coloring that in with the dark brown, and then the light areas of the pine cone, I'm going in those areas with the Prismacolor pencil. So it almost kind of looks like there's a little bit of snow on the edge. Sorry about that. But anyway, it kind of gives it the look of a little bit of maybe snow on the edge of the pine cones. And then that dark color just gives a little bit of depth to the pine cone. So this did take a few minutes to color in all these little areas on these pine cones. There's actually quite a bit on this 606 background, but it's well worth it. So what am I doing now? That is a piece of Tim Holtz gold metallic cardstock with the craft on the back. I love this stuff. It's great. It's thick. It's sturdy. And it has a great shine to it. So that is going to be the background of my card. I'm doing a 5x7 side folding card. And I'm going to also use the red and the gold in the same Tim Holtz metallic craft cardstock paper, and do alternating with the layer behind the pine cones and the Merry Christmas. I am using the Tim Holtz Chrismas Ribbons die, and I'm using the larger one out of the set. Here I stamped the pine cones a little crooked on my piece of paper, so I had to straighten it up, and then I just trimmed it down and then I will cut it in half. I really love my little guillotine trimmer here. It cuts so good, and you can cut small stuff with it, and it's also easy to just put on my desktop while I'm in the middle of creating something, because if you're anything like me, you get down to a little like 12 by 12 space because you got so much stuff, and you just kind of keep pushing it aside, you know, while you're working on something that you need small tools to be able to go in the middle of your little space that you have left yourself to create with. But anyway, so I just marked on the back of the red and green cardstock, and, you know, a little bit of a border, you know, to put around, didn't measure anything, and back these pieces. And that Christmas ribbons die cut super easy. Cut it with my Gemini, and, you know, popped out super easy as well. The tittle on the I is connected to the swirl on the Y, so you don't have to worry about losing those. I don't know about you, but I hate it when the tittle's not connected, because I lose them every time. And honestly, I just don't even worry about it. I'm like, you know, whatever. You know, sometimes if it looks odd, I'll take a Nuvo drop in a coordinating color and create a tittle with the Nuvo drop. But I honestly don't fret over the little ones. If I lose them, you know, half the time I don't even look for them. But anyway, that is going to complete these cards. I'll give you one final look, and I hope to be back very soon with another video for your Christmas card series. Thanks for watching.